Darkito, what was the most dangerous situation you experienced in this your journey to United States?
The most dangerous situation that I passed through is just within the jungle as well. I remember when I was going, so as we were going, we saw like they do flies, big flies. I saw them, making noise. I said, like, you see this, they don't just come around. I went closer and I saw one mother and a baby dead within the tent. And I said, man, guys, I cannot leaving this behind. So what we have to do is we have to bury this body.
Yes, welcome to Alo Africa Podcast. Today we are here with a brother. This one no be somebody. They tell us this one a real African brother, a Ghanaian, a YouTuber, a content creator that travel all the South America to United States, and he walk thousands of kilometers, border by border, culture, languages, suffer, seeing how immigrants travel all the way from Brazil to United States by foot. Here is my brother Darkito. Darkito, welcome to my show.
Thank you so much, bro.
So Darkito, please, can you just tell my audience a little bit whom you are?
All right. I'm so happy to be around here.
Yeah.
I've seen this is a big platform, and I'll encourage each and everyone and you guys to subscribe and share with others, because there's good things that are always coming on this platform. This is just the beginning. More things will be coming. I'm Darkito. I'm content creator, YouTuber, and also I do content about traveling, how immigrants travel, how difficult they go through, how challenges they go through. I have traveled to 65 countries and I speak 16 languages. I started traveling at the age of 14, and till now, we're still traveling.
So Darkito, you mean you travel 65 countries?
Yeah, I have traveled 65 countries.
And you speak how many languages?
16.
16 languages?
Yeah.
Is it African languages or?
We have the African language, we have the Asian languages, we have the South American languages.
My God! Wow! I speak only about four. Then I was saying no. At least I'm one of them. I don't know that somebody can speak 16 languages.
Yeah.
Oh man! Please, I would like you to tell us what inspired you to travel, to start this journey from Brazil to United States.
Yeah, this journey came when I came to Brazil. I was having a friend and 3 friends, and all of them it's like, Darkito, I'm here, I'm going to Brazil, I'm going to the United States, I'm going to the United States. How will you go to the United States? You don't have documentation over here, you don't have, just wait, all of us will get the Brazil passport, then we apply for visa, then we go to the United States. And no, it's not that. There's a road you can pass through to go to the United States, and all my friends that I met them here, all of them are gone. I said, really? They pass through by road, no visa to go to the United States? I said, yeah. So where did they pass? And they said, no, they passed through Peru, blah, blah, blah. And I said, meaning? Okay. I went home, I started doing my own research about it, and I found out that it's true. You can do that. But there's a place that is challenging. So I asked, are your friends pass through the jungle? Because you cannot pass through this place, Peru. You have to cross the sea, then you go to the other side of Colombia. That's Nicoclin. From Nicoclin to Capogana. There in Capogana, you have to cross the sea before you go to the jungle. That's Panama jungle. So how did they do it? I said, people are doing it. He doesn't have the clue how they do it. but he knows that his friends passed through over there. I said, okay. So it's something that is in my mind all the time. And I said, okay, I want to start content. I have tried different content. It's not picking up. I'm trying to speak Portuguese, and my Portuguese is not standard of how people
You understand me, yeah.
So it's not working. I started with 2 friends, and still not picking up. So they gave up, and I said, okay, let me rebrand myself, take different thing, speak different language, how people understand me. I started with the English. I said, okay, with the English, the only way people will still going to start to follow me is through the jungle. So let me go through the jungle, because it's something that a lot of people doesn't know. But people are dying, people are suffering, people are going through a lot in that jungle. So let me start from the jungle. And that's how everything started.
But why do you decide you choose to go by feet?
I have a Brazil passport that all those places are just free to me. I can even take a flight to go to Panama to cross the jungle.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing this for me. If I'm doing it for me, I can just cross over the jungle. But I said, no. I know that this is dangerous. Even before I started the journey, I went to BBC, I went to Al Jazeera, I went to CNN, and all of them are saying that it's dangerous. I saw dead bodies and all that, and I know that it's dangerous. But I said, no. I'm not doing this for me. I have to educate people. And this is what my content is all about. I need to educate people, not for myself interest. So that is why I took through the journey, just to be able to educate our brothers and sisters out there. Yeah.
Wow. But can you tell me, like you said, you passed a lot of, like, how many countries do you
10
pass?
countries.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
Before getting to
Mexico. Yeah.
So
United States is
11.
11.
What was the difficulties you passed through before getting to that place?
The difficulties that I passed through before getting to Mexico, it's not only about the Mexico, but the journey, the difficulties start from Peru. That's closer to the border. I did not go with my Brazil passport. I wanted to go with my Ghana passport to know how they are going to treat me as a foreigner, as someone, because most of the people that pass through there, they are not people that have Brazil passports or have a Brazil documentation. So when I'm doing it, I put in myself that I have to put myself in their shoes for me to know how they are going to treat them, how they treat them, and how I'm going to be treated. So the difficulty started from Peru. And when I go to the Peru, I saw like a lot of people who are also embarking on the same journey. And what happened is that I decided to help them. And in any place when you're going and you see a lot of people with a backpack, that means they are embarking on something. And on this road, as soon as they see 3-4 people embarking with their backpack, police are going to arrest you guys right now, because you guys are passing through without documentation, and you need visa as an African. You need visa to pass through all these places before you can go. And I got arrested. They are saying that I'm taking people to pass through. I said, no, man, I'm going on my journey. I met them on the road. I didn't know them, but no one is going to understand, because I didn't want to speak Portuguese or Spanish. I speak Spanish, but I didn't want to speak Spanish, because if I speak Spanish, they will be able to ask me more questions and also translate to those that have been arrested, because no one is willing to speak to speak to them. For us, just allow us to go. And I asked, man, if you guys is money that you guys want, just let us know. We're going to pay you the money, then we leave. He said, okay, then we should pay $100
for each person.
For each person. And I said, man, I'm no one is going to pay $100, because the journey we haven't even started yet. We should pay $100 over here. What about the other journey? Already we have paid a connection man like $400. and we got arrested over there. So we're going to pay $500. No, it's not going to happen. So I told them that, you know something. I started, if we don't speak to them, they are not going to leave us, and they are going to delay us. And our bus, we have already bought a ticket because they arrested us at the bus station. And when I spoke to them, I said, okay, guys, we are almost like 200 over here. All of us has been arrested. Let's pay $20. When you put the money
together,
it's going to be a lot of money to them, because in Peru, even $1 is a lot of money. So, but $100, I'm going to tell them that we don't have $100. We have $20 each. And I went there. I speak Portuguese with them and said, okay, it's too small, so we should add something. I said, guys, bring the money. We put all the money together, and I gave it to them. They accepted it. They gave us documents like laissez-passer, just for us. We gave us 3 days just for us to
leave
the country, to go to Ecuador. So we left. We bought a bus, and on our way going, they stopped us, and the driver said he's not going again, so we have to pass on our way. Then everybody to the jungle.
After paying the bus,
Yeah.
on the way,
Yeah.
the driver stopped.
The driver stopped.
Says he's not going
He
again.
said there's a police ahead, because he's talking to other people.
Yeah.
And he said there's a police ahead, so he cannot go, because all of us in the bus, we are all immigrants. So he's going to be arrested, and they will take the bus and his driving license from him, and he can't take that risk. So all of us will leave.
Did he pay you guys back?
Pay who? The money has been given to the authority at the bus station. So he's just a driver. Do you understand? Yeah. So the money is not with him. So there's no money that we want our money. He said, no, he's just a driver. The money you pay to the authority. Because, for example, when you go to the bus station, you pay the money to the bus authority over there. You don't pay money to the driver. So driver, he's just taking you guys. The bus is full. Guys, let's go. So he doesn't have any money to give. I said, okay, man, then let's go. We pass through the jungle. So all of us suddenly we head up the siren. Meow, 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 meow. Then all of us have to scatter. Then pass through the jungle.
But how do you know the direction where you're going? You just enter the jungle without knowing whether going to east? No.
You don't know anything. You just pass through the jungle straight. Just to save your life, because when they get you don't know what they are going to do to you. So just move. Get to the jungle, stay there for a while. When you see that,
everywhere is clear.
Everything is clear, then we are back to the road again.
Walking?
Yeah, so we were there for like 6 hours, and the siren is still there, waiting that we will come. And so when you move, and when you meet like 4 or 5 people in the jungle, said you group yourself. So I grouped almost like 25 people, and I became like a leader. So guys, let's go through the jungle. So the kids, do you know this place? I said, man, I don't know this place, but we will go. So we started walking through the jungle. We spent almost like 3 days in the jungle. That's Amazonas. So we're walking the jungle until we heard of someone like cutting like a tree, some noise. And I said, guys, there's someone over here. So let's go there. And we went there, and the guy, we saw that he's a farmer. And he said, this place from here to the bus, to the main road, another road is very long, like 3 hours. I said, no problem. We slept here in the jungle, so we can go. And they said, okay, he will go with us. So we give him $20, and we give him
Ish.
Now, there's $20
only.
Yeah, and I told them, man, $20 is not nothing. And I don't know how much I don't know whether we're going to pay $1. Just everybody bring $5 or $2. No, we gathered $2, and it was like around $100 or something like that. And
Give to the man.
Give it to the man. And he take us. He was so happy. We make his day. He was so happy because $100 is enough money. What is he doing in the jungle? He even told us that we can set up a fire, and he have a maize farm. We can get something to eat. We went there. We set a fire. We cleared part of his maize farm. Then we continued the journey. He took us to the his house, and he told us he's going to bring a bus or a minibus so that he can come and pick us. I said, okay. So we bargained with them, and he went and bring the bus, the minibus, and took us to that's the capital, Peru, Lima. So that's where we started the main journey from there to Ecuador. Yeah. So we go to the Ecuador, and we got another agent that also took us to uh, the border of Colombia. I have already spoken to someone in Colombia, and he said, "Okay, no problem. You'll come and pick us from the border." So we got there, and there was a pickup. There's a jeep over there, and he said, "Man, let's go." And he took us over there through there to go to the bus station. That's where we pick up another bus at night. There you have to walk. The bus only work at night.
Night.
Because daytime
Cops.
the patrols will come and check in, but at night they don't check in. They only come and see if everything's okay. Then they will allow you to go. And within, they don't know whether it's immigrants or citizens. Yeah. So, but as soon as we get to any border patrol are there, they will tell us to just everybody should go down. So we have to go down like this. Yeah. So they are not going to see your faces. Because when they see all blacks, it's a suspect. Yeah. So all blacks will have to go down, and the white, they are going to show their faces. Yeah, to cover us. Yeah. So that's where we did all the way. Then we go to the Cochrane. Then Cochrane, that's where you're going to take a boat. When I was going, there was a government boat, but now, because of what the United States, they have reduced the government boat. The government boat is not working unless you get a private boat, and the private boat is like around $200 to $300 to $500 just to cross you from the Cochrane to Capogana. And the Capogana, that's where the main journey starts. That's where the jungle to Panama starts, and it's so amazing. So amazing. We slept in the jungle for 3 days. Yeah, no food, no water.
For how many days?
3 days.
No food, no water.
Yeah, and we slept on stones. You can see it even on my channel. We slept on the stones, and where we slept, it's like a river bank. Because in the jungle it's full of water. It rains all the time. So it's like riverbank. So you have to sleep on the mountains, on the stones.
Stones.
Because at night, the river can be full. And when it's coming and you are there and you don't take care, it can carry you. So when you sleep on the stones, it will, when the rain is coming, it will beat the stone first and it will splash on you. Then you see that
the water is coming.
The water is coming, then you can leave. But if not, and you're sleeping on the bare floor, it's just carry you away whilst you are sleeping. Because you are sleeping in a tent. So in the tent, it just carry you and you will not even know that you are.
But what about the Colombian, what do you call it, jungle?
Yeah.
A lot of people complain about this Colombian jungle. What is it really that dangerous like that?
Yeah, the Colombian jungle is dangerous. Before you even get to the Panama jungle, Colombian jungle is very dangerous. It's because that's where all the cartels, those smugglers, the kidnappers, the armed robbers, that's where they are. So you need to get a guide, someone who can guide you, someone who knows the jungle, someone who knows those people. Because, when I was going, for me, I did not get any agent because I told them that I'm recording my videos. So I don't need any agents. Because they don't want to appear in the video because it's like dangerous to them. They are going to be notified. So they don't want to appear. I said, okay, then I'm also not going to pay anything. I said, okay, then you can go on your own. If anything happens, don't call anyone. I said, no problem. There's nothing going to happen to me. And I started through the jungle. So those guys that I came with, that, we were in the jungle, about 5 of them said they also want to go with me. I said, man, it's going to be dangerous. He said, no, they want to go with me. I said, okay. If I'm able to bring them from the jungle, that means we can also
Go
take them
together.
through. So we all became together and we started the jungle. That's where everything started. And it was so amazing. Yeah. Within the jungle, and we're going, and it's a place that I have never been there before. I've never passed through there before. That's the first time. And passing through there is challenging. But if you're someone from Africa that you have lived in the forest or if you've gone to farm, and things shouldn't be new to you. Do you understand? When I was in Ghana, kid, I go jungle with my dad. My dad sometimes leave us in the jungle and go and do his own thing. Sometimes, we close from school, then we go and meet our father in the farm, and our farm is closer to forest, and that's where we go. Even within the forest, we go and cut firewood and those things. So sometimes we be in the jungle, climbing one tree to another, like monkeys.
So when you see this,
so
it's not new thing to you.
When I saw that, wasn't a new thing to me. It was like, yeah. And even up to now, the places I love most is within jungles. Yeah. So when I got to that place, I said, no, this is my home. This is where I love to be, man. Yeah. So I was walking through the jungle like someone who has been there for some years. But meanwhile, it was my first time.
And the cartels.
Yeah, we met a lot of cartels. But the thing is, you need to be able to speak Portuguese or Spanish with them. Mostly Spanish. Because when you are able to speak Spanish with them, they know that you are living
Within.
nearby. Do you understand? They know that, they can't do anything. For example, I met one cartel and they were having guns, like 4 people. And they asked me, where are we from? In Spanish. And I said, no, we are from Peru. And we came to Colombia, but we want to pass through here to go to Panama. And they said, we should pay money before we can pass in. I said, no. My father is in front over there. So my father said he has settled everybody over here, so we get to go. And they said, okay, are you recording? I said, no, I'm not recording. And they saw it, and I said, okay, if I don't delete that video, they are not going to allow me to pass. And I asked them, okay, so what do you guys want? Is it the money? I said, yeah, they want money. I said, we don't have money because we just got robbed. Or one cartel with a
Bike.
not bike, canoe. We get robbed over here just now. And I said, oh, so he said it in their language in Spanish that maybe it might be their brother. He said it. He mentioned the name as if Mark or something like that. I said, yeah, something like that. And he said, okay, then you guys can leave. And we left. So we went, as we were going, we met another guys also. He said, no, he want cigarette. Do you have cigarette or weed? And I said, no, I don't have weed, but I have cigarette. And I gave him the cigarette. He said, do you have lighter? I said, yeah, I have light. I don't smoke. But anytime you are in jungle, anything can happen to you. You can even meet spirits and all those things. And, spirits, they like to smoke. When they come to physical realm, they like smoke. So first thing that they're going to ask you is, do you have cigarette? Even if you ask those who go to hunting, there's a lot happens to them. The first thing that they're going to ask you, do you have cigarette? You are able to give them cigarette, they will show you the road. That this is the right road to pass. So before I was going, I have already prepared myself. I have cigarette, I have lighter, everything in me. I have coins. They also like coins. So I have all those things in me, so I just gave it to them. The guys asked me, I gave them the cigarette. I gave them 3. There were 3. I gave them 3, and they took the lighter. They lighted. They thanked us, and they left. So the guys were asking me, Darkito, do you know them? I said, no, I don't know them. Have you been here before? I said, no. These are armed robbers. I'm telling you, I'm just saving you guys their life. So that's where everybody began to believe in me. We saw a lot of people who are, stuck in the jungle for like a week, 2 weeks. And, I have to help them through, to join us, to take them through. They are all from Angola. Yeah, so, I was like, I was saving life, helping people, and believing in me that no, it's like I'm doing a good thing. Yeah, and then everybody was so happy. Darkito, we were so happy to meet you. Darkito, we were so happy to have you there. So I was like, oh, so how people were praising me. I was like, hey, that's good, man. I'm doing a good thing, man. Yeah. So I was so happy. We go to the jungle, and we went to the first camp, second camp, then we went to the Panama City, and no, Panama, the last camp. That's where we met the immigrations, and they took a picture, fingerprint, everything. Then they'll allow us to go, and we went to the city. Then we bought a taxi. That's the border from Costa Rica to Panama. Then we bought a taxi, and the taxi wanted to take us to a border where there's an
Police.
so that they can send us back. So I saw that, I heard that he was speaking to, and I told them, man, drop us here now. We are not going, we are not moving. Why are you taking us to immigration for them to deport us? No, so no. So I was recording the video. I have it on one of my sources. I said, this guy, I'm going to report you. I will show you to everybody. So, and I said, you are recording me? I said, yeah, I'm recording you. He said, no, drop the code. He just parked by the roadside. He said, everybody, drop. Son. So we all just went out of the bus, of the taxi. We were 5 people. We just went out, and he continued journey. We bought another taxi to the bus station, and we bought the bus from there to the capital over there. Yeah.
But how do you guys stays all this? How do you get shelter? How do you get food? How do you manage to live with all this? How do you manage to survive in
the jungle? You have to go with the guns and Gary, because these are the only things that can survive you.
Gary and granite?
Yeah, and sugar, and also so we have this thing, how they call it, juice that is in a pack. Yeah, so the powdered one.
Yeah.
So the only thing that is going to survive you is that powdered juice. Yeah, because you're going to walk a lot, sweat a lot, and you are losing
energy.
So
yeah.
only thing that can give you more energy is that sweet that is in that juice. Yeah, just for you to be. So you see everybody having like a rubber, like plastic drink, like this one.
Yeah.
Everybody is having one. You just finish, you fill it up because you are walking in the water. You just fill up the water, boom. You add more drink on your way going. Yeah, so that's the only thing that's.
But before buying this, nobody tell you what to do, because have you passed this kind of journey before?
No.
How do you get the experience?
I got the experience when we passed through the Amazonas jungle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I got my experience from.
Where do you buy granite and Gary?
No, the granite and Gary, I know that in the jungle, you can pass through the jungle, anything can happen. So, when I was doing the research, it shows that it rains a lot in the jungle. So, when you go with anything, any food, it might get rotten. You can't go with like prepared food. You have to go with a food that you can prepare instant. So that's why I said, okay, the only thing, because granules, it sustains hunger. So when you put a little bit granite in your mouth or in your stomach, it can sustain you a little bit before you feel hungry again. So anyone who have gone to a boarding school in Africa knows about this. Yeah. So that's why
Gary and granite are the same.
Yeah. So that is why I went with, but most of them that they are there, they did not do research anything about that. So
how many kilo do you carry with you?
No, I just went with just 1 kilo, 1.5
kilo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because in the jungle you cannot go with a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because you are walking. Man, in the jungle, you're going to see a whole lot of people moving their things because their backpack is full of things. You have to take them away so that it will be lighter for you to be free.
Wow.
You see a lot of dresses on the jungle.
Okay, but Darkito, what was the most dangerous situation you experienced in this your journey to United States?
The most dangerous situation that I passed through is just within the jungle as well. I remember when I was going and I heard of some bad smell, and I told the guys that I think someone is dead over here because that smell is too strong to the extent that I personally haven't heard of that before. I've seen cow, I've seen big animals dying, but that smell was too strong to the extent that, man, when you stay there for a while, it will give you like kata. So I told him it's like someone dead over here. He said, "How did you know?" I said, "Can't you hear the smell?" He said, "Yeah, but this is a jungle. Animals can die and all that." So as we were going, we saw like uh how do you call this, animals. We saw that animal that they do flies, big flies. I saw them, making noise. I said, like, you see this, they don't just come around, just it's something dangerous over here. So as we were going, then the smell was becoming strong. They would begin to say, "Yeah, it's true, Darkito, it's true." So when we were going, and I saw a tent, a blue tent, and I went there. I said, "There's the flies are too much over there." I said, maybe there's someone dead over here. So, man, I have to cover my nose with my t-shirt, remove everything and just cover my nose like this, and with my head cover everything. I said, you can only see like this. And we went there. I went closer because all of them were behind. No one wanted to go there. I went closer and I saw one mother and a baby dead within the tent. And I said, man, guys, I cannot leaving this behind. So what we have to do is we have to bury this body. And no one want to get closer because the smell is too strong and very heavy. And no one want to get closer. And I saw cutlass on the way when we were going when we were coming. So I was having that cutlass with me. And I said, okay, we have to dig. I will dig and someone will come. We are all tired, but we have to help. I don't know. He's a black person. I don't know whether he's from Africa or because you can't see the face. The face has
Swell up.
swallowed and it's about to burst. So we can see who this person, and he having like bag, small bag. I know that there's documents in it, but I didn't want to open because some of the body has the like I don't know how to express this, covered all that, and I don't want to touch it with my hand. So I said, so everybody was saying that I should open. I said, if you want, you can open it for me. I don't want to open it. I don't want to touch it. I'm doing my best to help, but to open this, I don't want to. Yeah. So what happened is we all helped to dig and put the body over there, and
The mother and the baby place.
yeah, and we just left. We put the whole tent.
Okay, the whole tent.
Yeah, we put because we cannot just.
Yeah. You
So
just push the whole
we just
tent.
push the whole tent, put it. We just cut the tent just to be able to cover, and we just cover them with the tent and put the sun on it. Then we just continue the journey. That's the only thing that delays us a lot over there. Yeah, if not, we could have get there like 2 days. But because of that, we spend almost like 5 hours digging because it's just a cutlass. You dig a little bit, and someone will take it out, and yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
But like how many days did it take you from Brazil to United States?
1 month.
1 month.
Yeah,
Walking 1 month.
yeah,
But as an African, as a Ghanaian,
yeah,
you said that you don't want to use your Brazilian passport.
yeah.
Did you pass some discrimination because you're black along all this road to United States?
Yeah, some people say they experienced that, but I did not experience anything of such. We are blacks. We have black and white, and it's not the same. Even if you mix black and white together, obviously there's going to be a discrimination. Even within we, the blacks, we still have.
Yeah, within,
Yeah. So for me, when someone say that this is racist, this is that, I said, man, within ourselves in the black community, we still have discrimination. So it depends on how you're going to accept it. Man, some people doesn't know, so you have to educate them. It's when we are talking about discrimination, races, it's in China. I was in China. I stayed in China for 1.5 years. Man, people will see you and spit on you. That's in China.
Yeah.
You understand? People will see you and begin to cry, begin to run.
Yeah. It happened to me when I went to Thailand.
You see?
When I was walking, people would close their nose.
That is it.
Yeah.
Someone get closer to me and just do this and see that if my body is dirty or is this dirty oil that
Yeah.
I said, no, this is how my body is. I was born like this. So I don't see this as a racist. They only see that they have to be educated about it because they don't know much about it. Most of the people haven't seen black before. They see it on TV and movies. They think that, they paint themselves just to be able to portray as black. Yeah, so you have to just educate them. Yeah, let them know.
Wow.
So,
Okay, but Darkito, among this group, because we that are living here in Brazil, we lost a lot of brothers, a lot of people, families
yeah,
that are on the way to United States.
yeah.
But among this group, did you lose somebody while walking? Because a lot, we have a brother, DJ Brown. DJ Brown was a very big DJ here in Brazil, but he passed away on the way to United States. A very hefty guy. I'm going to put the video here to you guys to see. According to the news, they say that along the jungle, the water carried him away. Some say that he fell from the mountain. How was the road? Is it true that you pass through the mountain and some people fall from the mountain? Among this group, is anything like that happen, or did you experience such a thing?
Yeah, I experienced all the two because we were walking and as I told you, the place is full of mountains, and there's a place that when you are walking, it's a valley. So there's a big hole over here, and we are walking. So as we are going, the place is sleepy because a lot of people are passing through there. So you'll be holding some
Rope.
over there. They have put some rope over there. So when your hand is your hand is not rough and it's too wet, and you just slip, you're going down. Yeah, and I saw one lady from Venezuela down, and when it goes down, you don't hear anything. No one can go there to save you. No one. Because before you get down, you're going to hit trees, stones.
Jesus Christ.
And by the time you get down, you're already
Scum.
dead. So there's no need for anyone to go there to even look for you.
And when this thing happen, people keep on moving.
You have to keep on moving. Where's your destination? Your destination is not in the jungle. You have a goal, you have a motive, you have where you are going. If the person is not your family member, keep on going. If you're a family member and you can't do anything about it, leave it and keep on going. That's all. It's not that you are wicked. You can't do anything about it. Because if you try, you will end up with the person as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And I saw a little baby also being drowned. Yeah, because we were in the boat and the boat was going so fast, and she was crying. So the mother wanted to. It was on the lap of the mother, and the mother wanted to just put her on. And the guy just
Turn the boat.
turned the boat like this, and poof, the mother and the baby drowned. So the mother, when the mother was going, he just left the baby to save herself first, because he cannot just carry all the two. So he was trying to just hold something, and the baby went. So I was able to grab the mother because I was closer. I was recording a video, so I did not see, but I saw something going down. So I just hold the mother, and I was able to get his at this part like this, and the baby it's gone. I just dive in. I don't have to swim, so I dive in to
The boat stopped.
Yeah, the boat stopped. So I dive in to check, but the wave is
Too
too
much.
strong. Because even me myself, when I know when I dive in, I have to hold. I still have to hold the boat and just be looking down. But
And how did mother? How did mother?
yeah, crying. That's all. He said they don't want to go anymore. He said no, we can also leave you in the water. Because for us to go to the river bank, it's like 30 minutes to go to the river bank and 30 minutes to go to the other side. So we are in the middle. And we cannot go to, before you go to the other side, when you come back, you won't know where the baby dropped.
Hey.
Because it's too, the lake is very huge, it's big. So a lot happens in there, a lot. Yeah, you see people who are stuck and they are there for like a month. They can't move. They are just there waiting for their death, waiting to die. Yeah, when you get there and you have money, they don't need money, they only need food. When you get there and you have food or curry or something, just give them a little bit, then you continue your journey. If you don't give them anything, if you don't have anything, just continue your journey. Because especially this journey is not for those who are fat. If you have a heart problem, if you have a feet problem, this journey is not for you. This journey is for survivors of the fittest.
Wow. How do you upload while you're in the jungle? Because no internet, because we are seeing your video, everybody is watching him. I mean, because every day when I woke up, I said, okay, let me see what Darkito will post today. But how do you manage to going through this and you are still there recording? How do you manage to do that?
Yeah, I was having two power bank, and these two power bank, there's no way you tell me that I want to charge my phone and that I'll give it to you, because it's for a purpose. I know when I was doing my research, I know that I will need those things, so I prepared myself. Even in the car, the power bank is full, but I'm still charging it. In a hotel, the power bank is full, but I'm still charging it. Yeah, that means I don't want to get short. I don't want to get a situation whereby I'll miss
any shot.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people are asking me, how did you able to record all this within the jungle where there's no light?
Okay, when you get to hotel?
Yeah, anytime that we get to, for example, when we get to Panama, we go to hotel just to rest. You don't sleep. Just to, take a shower, then change your dress, then you continue the journey. So when I get there, hey, first thing I ask, you have internet? Connect me. Then I have to upload because I'm having a phone. A phone is a gadget. It's an electrical gadget. Anything can happen. So I have to make sure
that you don't lose any video.
Perfect.
Then after getting to Mexico, how do you feel? Because I heard that once you get to Mexico, you know that your journey has already, you have 1% to get to United States. How do you feel? And when you look back and see all the challenges you passed through, how do you feel?
Man, when you get to Mexico, it's just how do you call it? It's a relief. You feel like, and I made it. Anyone is going to see over there said, I made it. Especially when people that you start the journey with and you leave them behind. And when they come and meet you, man, the kind of joy, the kind of happiness, the kind of anxiety that you have, the energy that you guys meet him. Hey, you are not dead. You are here. You made it. I made it. It's so amazing. It's so mad because when you get to Tapachula, you call it Tapachula. When you get there, you know that you're already in the United States. Although there's another challenges for you to even cross from Tapachula all the way to Mexico City, from Chiapas to Saltillo all the way to the border. It's another challenge
to get to United States.
Yeah, to go to the border. And even at the border, it's another challenge. Do you understand? Even before you get to United States, to get to United States, in the land of United States, it's another challenge altogether. Yeah.
But there's a video I saw you climbing a very big wall.
Yeah. That's California border.
That's California border.
Yeah. That's California.
But there is police there.
There's a police, so you have to watch. We have the cartels. The cartels are there, so they are watching. If the border patrol, the immigrations are not there, then they'll just come and go and put the ladder up. Then you go and come to jump, almost like it's very long. Sorry, yeah, just to jump to the other side. It's not easy, but man, you spend money, spend your time to get all these places. You can't risk. You have to.
They get into US. How did they welcome you in US?
Man, how they welcome you in US? They welcome you as a criminal because it's an offense. It's a crime to cross the border. So as soon as the immigrations come and pick you up, they will ask you, do you know it's a crime to cross the border without permission to enter the United States? So they treat you as a criminal. Anyone who tell you that, they treat you nice, it's a lie. They're going to put a handcuff in your hand, on your waist, to your feet. Yeah. Exactly how they treat criminals. That's exactly how they are going to treat you for the first time. They treat you in such a way that you are not going to be interested even when they send you back for you to come back. Or you are not going to be happy to introduce this method to anyone as well. So that's how they treat you.
And take you to jail.
Yeah.
You spent how long?
Man, for me, I was very stubborn. So, man, I spent a lot in the detention center. Yeah, because, within the detention center, I was releasing people. I don't know nothing about their rules and regulations, but I was releasing people. The thing is, when you go to detention center, there are a lot of rules and regulations. You cannot gather 5 or 10 people together. Like I'm sitting down here and the people are here, and it's like I'm telling them stories and how my journey and how everything is out. No, you can't do that. It's a crime. But I was there and the people were coming to me. So I was like, when they come to me, it's like the thing is, a lot of people don't know that they have right when they get to detention center. You have right to ask for pro bono. Pro bono is when they give you like bond. Pro bono is when you need a lawyer. You cannot defend yourself. You can get a lawyer, free lawyer. You can ask your ICE officer to give you a lawyer. They have numbers, free numbers. You can ask them. But we the Africans, because we don't read, so no one knows. You get there, they'll be there until they'll tell them that you have been released or you are on deportation. They are going to deport you. But no, you can defend yourself. You can go to court. You can sue them and defend yourself. If you pass, okay, they'll release you. If you don't pass, then you'll be on removal. On the removal, that's where you can request for another review of your case. But we the Africans, we speak English. Most of the African, Nigeria, Ghana, we speak English. But we get there, we don't even want to speak our language. We don't want to speak English because they think that when you speak English, they will know that, they will ask you more questions. And this is not the case. This is the case is your life and you going back. Man, forget about your language, your home language, because the thing is, if you don't speak, for example, when I get there, I'm a Nigerian, I don't speak English. They are going to hire someone. The ICE officer is going to hire someone
to interpret,
who speak Yoruba or your language that you speak to speak to you. What's the difference? Than you defending yourself. Man, I was there. I was defending myself. They say I'm stubborn. I'm this. It's like I've been in the United States before. But meanwhile, I have never stepped a foot in the United States. They even said how I speak like someone who has been there for 10 years. I said, man, I haven't been there. I said, like, so they tried to move me from one detention center to another. As I went to 7 detention centers. Yeah, from Georgia, from California, from Texas, from uh, there's another state I always forget. They took me through all these places.
But they're using flight or car.
Sometimes car, sometimes flights.
And you go, you.
Yeah, anytime they move me, I have to. Sometimes they will put me, if like we are 5 or 6 or 7 people, they will put you in a flight. But if only one person, they will put you in a car 2-3 days. Then I'm in the car going. Yeah.
Like a criminal.
That as a criminal, you get to somewhere, they will give you food. They will put the food in your hand like this, so you have to be eating like this. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then after all these things, and you didn't want to stay in America.
Yeah.
Then did you come back with feet, or you enter flight to come back?
You know, when you get to United States and you want to return back, we have 2 options. We have self-deportation, and we have normal deportation that the government is going to take care of the bills to deport you. So I told them that I don't want to stay in the United States anymore, because they told me that I'm a spy. I came to the United States to spy, and I said, no, I did not come here to spy. So my ICE officer told me that my case is a serious case. I said, okay, then I want to go back to Brazil. Say, no, you cannot go back to Brazil because you are an African. You are from Ghana, so we will send you back to Ghana. So if you want to go back to Ghana, we have to sign a letter. So I went online and I checked that we have the self-deportation. You buy your own flight and you leave the country. And within 6 months, you can apply for a visa to go to the United States if you want. So I said, okay, then fine. I have work over here. I have like $8,000. Let me buy 1,500 to go
Ticket.
back. And they told me that they are sending me back. I said, no, I'm not going back to Ghana because
You have your Brazilian passport.
I have no one in Ghana. So when they take me to Ghana, they are going to kill me. So I'm not going back to Ghana. My mom is in Brazil. My son is in Brazil. My dad is in Brazil. So why? I said, okay, then prove to us that you are a Brazilian. I provided my Brazil ID because here in Brazil, I didn't go with the ID, but I told them I need internet. So if they can give me internet, I can push my ID online. Here in Brazil, that's one good thing about Brazil. You can just go online, put your CPF, that's Gov. Then you can just retrieve your ID, everything. Your driving license, everything. Just retrieve them. They printed it and they send it to Brazilian embassy for them to confirm whether it's original. And they went there and the Brazilian embassy confirmed that, yeah, he's
a Brazilian.
Brazilian. He has naturalized and also has denied that he's not a Ghanaian, so he's not a Ghanaian anymore. So he's fully Brazilian. So take him to Brazil. And
You buy your ticket?
I already bought my ticket. The ticket was them, but it's an open ticket. So they will decide when you will go. Yeah. So I was there. One day they called me that, it's time. It's today you are leaving. I said, okay. They took me to Washington, D.C., and I took my flight from there back to Brazil. I was so happy that day. Yeah.
Wow. But I mean, in all this your story, your experience, what you're going through.
Yeah.
What did you learn from this journey?
Man, I learned a lot from this journey. This journey is about it. It taught me how to help human beings, how to help people. It taught me how to be humble. It taught me how to be patient. It taught me a lot. I can say that, I've done a lot when I returned back. And I knew that if I'm there in the United States, I wouldn't have achieved all this. Yeah, so, man, whatever situation that you are going through, it's a lesson that is, building you to your success. It's not killing you. Anything, I always say that anything that will not kill you is building you.
Make you strong.
To be strong.
Wow, Darkito. I don't know, but at this I feel like sharing tears when I see people, because in this journey to United States, a lot of Africans, some of our African family down there, they are still hoping that their son is coming back, their daughter is coming back, but they don't know that they are no more because of road to United States.
Yeah.
This road had killed millions of Africans.
More than that.
More than that, right? Darkito, what are you telling? Are you still encouraging people to go through this? Or what can you tell the people that are watching us today that a lot want to go to United States by feet? So what are you going to tell them?
I will advise you guys that it's not advisable to take this journey. It's not advisable. I'm not going to advise anyone to take this journey, but I'm not forcing anyone that you shouldn't do it. But listen to my advice. It's not an easy journey. In Africa, we have a lot of challenges. The problem a lot of people are passing through here is they are not getting visas. They are being denied with a lot of multiple times to get a visa. That's why a lot of people pass through. But that doesn't stop you to achieve your dream. Wherever you are, you can still make it. Whether in Africa, we have a lot of countries that are even better than United States. We have people that are in Africa, they are making it big time than those in the United States.
Yeah.
So my brother, traveling is good, but make your decision wisely. If you're traveling, travel wisely. Know where you're going, know the challenges you're going to go through. You have to do your investigation very well. You have to research very well. Make use of the chat GPT and all that before you make any move to travel to any other country. Traveling is good. You have to try that, but not this journey.
Darkito, okay, let me ask you this. If I said, oh, Darkito, let's make this a project. Let's enter this road again.
Yeah.
Will you like to do that one more again?
Of course.
Why?
Yeah, I will do it because I have passed through there. I have the experience. I know all the challenges. I know people on the road. Do you understand? I'm not a smuggler, but I have passed through there multiple times. This is not the first time.
Okay, you later went back again?
Yeah. I did not go to the United States. I went all the way to Mexico, and I have my Mexico residence. So this is if I'm said I'm going again, it will be my third time that I'm going to pass through the journey again. So I know what I can do to pass through. Maybe you don't have that experience. Yeah.
Wow. We really appreciate your accepting our invitation. I would like to see you more on our Hello Africa podcast. But please, before you leave, drop a message to all our African brothers that are watching you, and tell them your social media handle so that they can see your documentary and see what you passed through from Brazil to United States.
Guys, what I would tell you that, if you want to travel, Brazil is good. Come and enjoy life here in Brazil. Have fun. As I said, traveling is good. I have traveled to 65 countries and still traveling to different countries. Yeah, I have a tour to Europe. I'm starting another tour again to all the way from Brazil to Mexico and return back. I don't know whether I'll stay there to watch the World Cup or not, but I have an African tour as well. You can check on my social media platform on Darkito1, DARKITO1. On YouTube, it's Darkito1 space. We're going to put a space to it, Darkito1. On TikTok, Instagram, yeah, you can check on Darkito1. Yeah.
Oh, Darkito, thank you so much for being here on Hello Africa Podcast. Hello Africa Podcast is where we share our story, immigrant story. Are you watching? You that are watching, if you want to be part of this program, you're welcome. Just send to Hello Africa Podcast. Send us inbox and we will return it and mark a date and time with you. Please, if it's your first time coming to our channel, please drop your comment and subscribe. Please, if this message touches you, please subscribe, share, so that others will know and learn how somebody travel from Brazil to United States for 1 month. And you see that a lot of difficulties that he passed through before going there. And you will see that if you will try to take the risk, because it's not easy journey, but we're not supporting anybody to make this journey. But we really, Darkito need to receive award. I don't know, maybe from United Nations, because it's not easy to make this choice, taking his own life risk to work and do this documentary from Brazil to United States. We really appreciate you, and I hope to see you again on my show. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome.
Guys, please subscribe and follow Darkito so that you can watch more. And he's going back again. You would like to see this new video. Okay? See you guys. I'm still here, Chief X. See you guys on my next video.